Hello everyone, this is CB350 Hness E20 2025 and this is the pearl deep ground grey color if I'm not wrong, but it's grey overall. So yes, so this is my 6 months review of the bike, basically just a short review talking about the problems that I faced, pros and cons of this bike and why I decided to get this bike over Triumph or a lot of options from Enfield in this same segment, and which is sort of the first thing that anybody thinks looking at this bike is कि इसने बुलेट क्यों नहीं लिया, इसने हंटर क्यों नहीं ली, मीटियोर क्लासिक, and there is again Triumph Speed T4 and the Speed. So I'll be talking about those points, and yes, that's the overall point of this. So the first point is, why did I go for the Honda CB350 Hness and not the Royal Enfield bikes, be it 650s, 350s or the Hunter? While the Hunter was a little short for my height, the 350s and 650s were okay. They were good bikes, but when compared to this bike, I felt like this was more comfortable in terms of my riding style and also efficiency, which was a very important point for me. I wanted a bike which was giving good enough mileage in terms of city riding or highway riding, and I can quickly show you the mileage of this bike. So it is giving me around 35.5, while I've seen on the Reddit and other pages, communities, that it's giving a lot more to them, but for my riding style and my city conditions, I live in Hyderabad, so this gives me around 33 to 35 average mileage, which I think is good enough for my use case, because I am mostly commuting to office, which is like mostly bumper to bumper traffic, and other than that, city riding also is like the most of my riding. So it gives me around 33 to 35 again. And coming to the problems, or I wouldn't say problems, but a little bit of issues that I face with this bike, and which is like the rear brake. So rear brake isn't very strong. It does not have a lot of punch to it, but uh, when you buy this bike, uh, you soon adapt to it. You try doing the 70-30 braking, where you use the 70% of the rear brake and then also the 30% of the front brake. So it it overall comes along, and it works fine, and it's not a big deal as well. I've also seen a few uh, people in the Reddit community, CB Highness Reddit community, change their brake pads. I've not yet done that, but I'm planning to change my brake pads to ceramic ones if I'm not wrong. And yes, that's about all the problems that I've faced with this bike, which is just related to braking. Other than that, there is no problems at all. And other problems that other people are facing are rusting issues with this bike. While in my 6 months of run, I have not faced any rusting issues. I do maintain this bike. I regularly apply WD-40 when I can. If you can see the spots like here, I do apply a little bit of WD-40 near the tank area, to the nuts and bolts wherever I can. Also to the near the handlebar and other places, to the foot pegs. So that's all the maintenance I do. And the bike does not look very clean because I don't wash it that often. I don't like to regularly dry use a dry cloth or rub the bike with a dry cloth to get the dust off. I usually wash it once or twice a month maximum, take it to a shop where it can get a foam wash or something, but not too much. And I think I would advise you to not get your bike regularly washed, because I think it would keep your paint much more better if you don't rub it or wash it that often. And also, a tip that I would give would be keep it in a place where you have a shed and not under direct sunlight, because I think I've seen a lot of posts in terms of people getting the paint quality decreased because of their bike standing in sunlight all day. So that's about a few suggestions that I have. Other than that, um, the bike has been amazing. The exhaust is amazing. The every time you go to even shorter rides or even longer rides, the it gives you that sort of happiness to get this bike. In terms of the total kilometers that I've done on this bike, I've done around 4.2k, if that's visible. 4.2k kilometers done on this bike. In this duration, this duration of around 6 months, I've gotten around 2 free services done from Honda Big Wing. And I know Honda Big Wing is one of the reason why people don't go for this bike, as availability of a Royal Enfield showroom and service center would be a lot better than a Honda Big Wing, and which is one of the reason why people don't go with this bike, that the service center and the showrooms would be a lot farther and a lot less in number compared to Royal Enfield showrooms. And I think that's one of the thing to keep in mind if you are concerned about that. But to me, my service center is around 20 kilometers from my place, but it's not much of a big deal, as I could get my bike serviced on weekends. And even the experience for in terms of the showroom and the service center was amazing. Honda Big Wing service centers are great, and the the engineers and the people who are fixing your bike are fixing all of the things in full transparency, and you could see your bike getting fixed while you sit in a place sipping coffee or water or whatever. But yeah, that's about the service experience that I've received from Honda Big Wing. It has been really nice, and overall it's not that expensive. I'll be able to tell you guys more when I get like uh, other services done. Like as of now, I've been getting the free services and just paying um, paying a little less compared to what I would pay later. But yeah, that's about the service experience that I've received from Honda Big Wing. Also, in terms of the headlight throw, I think this generation has an improved headlight compared to the previous generation, as per a lot of posts that I've read. And also my friend owns a previous gen Honda Hness, the limited edition, and this has a better headlight. While I cannot show you right now as it's daylight and it wouldn't be much visible, but I think it is better compared to the previous generation. And overall, this bike in terms of road presence, I think it's quite good. And people do look at this bike and do ask if this is a Royal Enfield or something related to it. The people who are not aware about Honda Hness, they do mistake it for a classic, but I won't mind that. I think it all comes down to preference, and if you like this bike, it won't matter to you if this is uh, if people mistake this for a Royal Enfield, or people suggest you or ask you why did you not take a Royal Enfield, because to me this feels like a much better package in terms of a bike. And yeah, that's overall my review of the Honda Hness. Do let me know what you think about the bike. If you're deciding to buy one, uh, drop in all of your questions in comments, and I'll be able to answer all of those if you're seeing this. So thank you so much for watching this video. Do let me know your thoughts on this.